Laura. I'm going to make a video today because this is something that I am really trying to get more people into doing, and I think it's really important. So my video today is going to be about cloth pads, and I'm specifically going to be comparing two different brands because I've been I've been looking all over the internet, and I cannot for the life of me find a video where somebody has compared to like these two pads. So specifically, I'm going to be comparing Party in My Pants, and I'm going to be comparing Treehugger cloth pads. I really think that this is an important issue or an important topic to cover, especially now since more people are becoming aware of their ecological footprint, and more people are trying to lessen the amount of waste that they consume. And I mean, I'll be honest, disposables are probably one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever worn in my life. They are, they sag, they bag, they smell, they chafe. They're just really, really uncomfortable. And, we really shouldn't be afraid or ashamed to talk about something that's a completely natural body function. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start off with the Party in My Pants pads, which I have right here. And Party in My Pants is a pretty small sister-run company. I think they're out of Wisconsin. I think they're in Wisconsin. I have a mini liner. I have a bunch of their liners, but mini liners. I have a demi liner. I have a medium pad, a super pad, and an overnight. I really prefer their liners. I don't really like their day pads or their heavy pads or their overnight quite as much. And I'm going to go into that a little bit later. But this one, the one thing I will say is that they ship incredibly quickly. I bought quite a few of these yesterday. I bought more liners yesterday. They were in my mailbox this afternoon, and I live in Texas, so really fast. But you do pay for shipping. I will also say that Party in My Pants are probably one of the more expensive brands out there. I think their liners start at $9.99. I think their medium pad was $11.99. I think $11.99. The super pad was the most expensive at $15.99, and then their overnight was, I think, $13.99. So, pros and cons. They have 3 different types of fabrics. So they have flannel, cotton, and they have organic cotton if you want to spend an extra $2. They're also very good with communication. I don't have to wait very long for a response. If I call, I get somebody on the first ring, which I think is really, really great and very rare. So, that is that is really nice. And, I think I feel a little bit safer buying from somebody that I can get in touch with relatively quickly. So on to this is their panty liner. One of their panty liners. This is actually the mini liner. And they do put a tag on every single one of them to tell you which one it is. These are metal clasps, but they're nickel free. So that's really nice. This is a cotton topped with a nylon back, leak resistant nylon back, cotton topped. And I just think this is absolutely beautiful. I love their prints. Their prints are so beautiful that, it's how can you not like this? This is just little pretty fairies. How can you not like that? Oh, I will tell you, If you order the mini liners, there is not an option as of yet for the extra clasp, but you can send them an email, you can call them, and they're really quick about they're really quick about responding, and they're pretty good about putting those on. This panty liner measures I believe 7 inches long, 7 inches long, and it's super thin. It is super, super thin. I mean, look at how thin that is. Look at that. That is ridiculously thin. So that's actually why I like their liners, is because they're so thin. And then I also have a demi liner. This demi liner, it is the same length as the mini, so it's still 7 inches long. It's just wider across here. This is a flannel. So this is flannel. I will say that their flannel does not really pill as badly as others I've seen, which is really nice. And that actually is a testament to the quality of the flannel, that it doesn't pill right away. So that is actually a really good plus. And I really like that little fox and the raccoon. I think it's really cute and really fun. So this is actually where I start to have a problem with Party in My Pants, is with their medium pad. So this is actually the same print as the demi, but you can actually see that there are owls and bunny rabbits on these. This medium pad, so it's still super thin. It is still super thin. You can see how thin it is. So this medium pad shrank. So I've had 3 of their pads that have actually shrunk on me, and I wash them the same. So I machine wash them in cold. I tumble dried them on low. And I actually called them and I found out why. They do not pre-wash their fabrics, which I understand why you don't. I mean, you do want them to go out to your customers nice and clean. But the problem with not pre-washing fabric, specifically a natural fiber like cotton or flannel, is that the flannel will shrink more than the man-made nylon back. So what you end up getting is bunching or sagging of the nylon. And this just ends up getting like right underneath. It actually kind of bunches up like right underneath the pad, and it makes it really uncomfortable to wear for longer periods of time. So I only use this for overnights on my light days, on my very light days. And that's just because I'm already asleep. I'm not really I don't really care. I'm not going to care. I'm not going to wake up to bunching. But this is definitely not my favorite. So next is the super pad, which is this one. This is their super pad. You can definitely tell that it is thicker than the medium. And this one also shrank. So this one is actually supposed to measure 10.5 inches, and it shrank half an inch. But I think that the sagging is actually more noticeable on this guy. I think it's actually quite worse. But the core is actually I can definitely tell that there's a thicker core in there. But I am kind of sad because that is a very cute fabric, and this is a flannel topped. But yeah, because of that bagging, like this is actually really absorbent, and it's very comfortable for about the first 30 minutes. And then the bunching just gets to be too much, and I can't wear it any more than 30 minutes. So I do think it's kind of ridiculous that I paid $15.99 for something that ends up looking like that. So yeah, I'm basically just going to stick with their liners. And I'm not like, this could be just me. I bought all of these with my own money. I'm not trying to browbeat anybody. But I mean, I sincerely doubt that I'm the only person who has this problem. And these are all my opinions, and I do think they are a good company, and I will continue to order from them. I'm just gonna have to stick to the liners because I haven't had much luck. The other pad from Party in My Pants that I got was this Overnight. Now, this is flannel topped. It is supposed to measure 12 inches. This shrank an entire inch, and you can also see like the bagging in there. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. And I do have another problem. I've with this, it moves, like in my opinion, it moves around a lot when I'm asleep. And that is because you have only one snap. So the whole pad is supposed to be 12 inches long, with one single snap right there. And I mean, sometimes, we all know that we can't always control how much we move or where we move when we're asleep. But I just think that maybe the design team should, maybe think about adding like maybe some wider wings here, and maybe add a couple of additional snaps here so that the pad doesn't move around as much. I would be okay with it if it didn't move around as much. So, but this one and the super pad, there we go. But this one and the super pad are basically in my emergency stash. So it's basically, if I'm caught unawares, then this will basically get me through the day, at least until I can get home and get another one, different kind of pad. So that brings us to my favorite company, Treehugger cloth pads. Treehugger is owned by Crystal Burton and is based in Winnipeg, Canada. She is super fast about getting back to her customers and answering questions. She's very, very quick. Most of my pads that I got from her, which I bought all of them on my own, most of the ones I bought in Surprise Me packs. She does like selling in sets. You save $1 per pad if you buy in like sets of 2 or 3, and then you save $2 per pad if you get Surprise Me. So you can still pick your fabric, which she has 3. Minky, which is super soft. It is so soft and wonderful, and just, it feels like a pillow. It feels like I'm wearing a pillow. Yeah, in my underpants. It really does. And then she has the bamboo velour, which I haven't tried yet, but I've heard is really, really nice as well, and very soft and similar to Minky. I'll probably do another video after I buy a couple and wash them and wear them and see how they hold up. And then her third type of fabric is her cotton, her quilter's cotton, which is very, very durable. It's a very durable and breathable type of cotton. All of her pads are backed in a really nice Winpro fleece. And she only has 4 different types of pads. So she has the panty liners, the day liners, which are for like moderate light flow, and then she has her heavy pads, and then she has her night and postpartum pads. I also find she's cheaper. She's probably one of the cheaper ones out there. Her panty liners, I think, are about $8 or $9. Her light day pads, I believe, are about $11. Her heavy pads, I think, are like $13. I think they're about $13. And then her overnight postpartum ones, I think are like $14 or $15. But the bamboo fabric is the most expensive. But I have found that the cotton and the Minky tend to run very similarly price-wise. And she does ship out very quickly. She ships out every Friday from, I believe, North Dakota. So you just need to have placed your order by 10 a.m. Central Time in order for it to go out the next day. But I always, like every time I've ordered, I've always gotten it in my mailbox on Monday. So that's pretty quick. So on with the demo. This one is one of her panty liners. This is a minky topped. It is a seasonal fabric, but I thought this was so adorable, like with the little turkeys and the little pumpkins and the fall leaves, because we don't have fall here in Texas. We really don't. So I try and find fall. It's my favorite season. So I try and find it everywhere I can. And she does use a different type of clasp. So instead of the metal, she does, I think these are plastic. I'll have to double check. But this is a 7-inch long panty liner, minky topped, and it is a little bit thicker. So like you can definitely tell that it's thicker than the Party My Pants. But these are just so soft. And I mean, I use panty liners almost daily, and these have been a godsend. These have been wonderful. This next one is one of her day pads. This is a light pad, and that's just so beautiful. That is beautiful. Like it's really pretty butterflies. It's really pretty butterflies. Like this is just so great. And then there's the little tag. So she has an L for the light days. And her core is actually made of Zorb. And Zorb is really popular in cloth diapering. Her light pads have one layer of it, and her heavy and overnight actually have two. And you can definitely feel a difference here, but this is actually the heavy pad. So you can see that it is quite, it is a lot thicker than the Party My Pants, but this is just so comfortable and so adorable and cute that it's so soft. I can almost barely tell I'm wearing them. And her heavy days, these are actually on the shorter end of the scale for petite women like myself. Both of these pads are 9 inches long. So if you are on the petite side, which is also why on every single one of them, I've actually had her add the extra snap. It's great. It's absolutely great. These are so soft. I really don't mind. I really don't mind feeling, a little bit thicker pad, especially if it's as soft as this. And Minky is very stain resistant. You kind of almost have to try to stain Minky. I just give mine a quick rinse in the sink, in cold water, and it just washes right off. It just washes right off. I mean, I've used this pad like 2 or 3 times, and it looks brand new. And this is one of her heavy pads too. So, it holds up really, really well. And it's so soft. I don't even mind wearing a pad or feeling like I'm wearing a pad. It's a life changer. It really is. This next one, this is also a heavy pad. This is also one of her heavy days. This is a cotton top, and I loved this. I had to get it. I think I got it in the heavy, and I think I got it in an overnight as well, because this is brilliant marketing. I mean, really, it is. The little recycle insignias is brilliant, especially for a company that prides itself on being environmentally conscious. This is a stroke of genius, and it's so cute. And I love this. I love this print. This is so soft. Even her cotton, like it's definitely a thicker cotton because it's quilter's cotton, but it's still so very soft against the skin, and it's very, very breathable. So, this is something that I would wear probably more in the summer months. because Texas does tend to get quite hot. So I'm probably going to be leaning on this more in the summer, but you know, it's still really great for right now. Probably one of my favorite pads from her. I love her overnight. This is her overnight postpartum, which the owls are so adorable. They're so cute. This pad measures 12 inches long. I love the flared edge here, which does provide more protection than a rounded edge. So like the Party in My Pants one. It does still have the 2 layers of Zorb, so it is going to be the same thickness as the heavy pad. But the wings here are absolutely wonderful. And this thicker wing with the double clasps here, what this does is it gives more security when you actually clasp it around your panties. So this prevents the pad from really moving around a lot especially when you're asleep. And if you're a little bit more of an acrobatic sleeper, like I kind of am sometimes, especially when I'm on, you know, when I have that time of the month and, you know, you get hot one minute and then cold the next, and, you know, sleeping is kind of difficult, especially for the first couple of days. I love this wider wing with the extra snaps. This pad does not move. It does not move. It doesn't move at all. And I love that, because the last thing I want to have when I'm sleeping is be on my period, move a little bit, or have the pad shift, and then end up leaking through the pad and onto my really nice bed sheets. So this actually gives me the comfort and security when I'm asleep. The only other thing I got from her is I got this wet bag. It's so pretty. It's so pretty with the little birds. I love this. This is actually, so it's sold by Treehugger, but the brand is called Calibri. I think that's how you say it. But it's made in Canada, and it does have 2 pockets. This, I think, is a small, but I actually use it as when it gets close, and I think I might be surprised, that's when I put my Party in My Pants ones in here, and I just fold it up and shove it in my purse. So I think that's basically it. If you guys have any questions or concerns, or if you want to see like a stash video, or if you have anything that I didn't cover, if you want me to elaborate on certain things, please leave me a message below, and I will do my best to accommodate. Other than that, I really hope that you guys found this helpful and beneficial. And please let me know if I am the only one who's had this issue with Party in My Pants. I'm really interested to see this. So yeah, thank you for watching my video, and let me know if I can do anything else.